What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. Thanks for pressing play. Today we are going to be talking about the C8 Corvette E-Ray and a little bit more about that Z06 GT3R. Let's jump right into it. Okay, guys, so for those of you who haven't seen it yet, there was another E-Ray teaser trailer revealed just today by GM. This time, no pretending it was fake or pretending it was by accident or anything like that. GM flat out gave us the E-Ray teaser video. Now, in this video, there is a bunch of stuff to break down, but the most important one is the fact that GM has, in fact, confirmed the reveal date of this car. So, for any of you out there who are super interested in getting the C8 Corvette E-Ray, rejoice. It is coming very soon. GM is going to officially announce this car in 7 days from today. So basically, January 17th, you will be seeing all the information your body can possibly handle on the E-Ray. GM is going to be throwing it out there. But there are a lot of other things that this trailer has given us as far as information is concerned. As some of you may remember, the leak not too long ago of the visualizer online, whether it was on purpose by GM or if it was actually a leak done accidentally, gave us a lot of this information right off the bat, but now a lot of it has been confirmed and a lot of new information has also been given to us through this particular teaser trailer. So without further ado, here's the trailer. All right, guys, so after seeing the trailer, there's a couple things that stand out to me. The biggest one is going to be the fact that in the reveal trailer, there is no sign of any kind of carbon flash painted accents. So one of the big things from the leak or whatever you want to call it recently that GM accidentally showed us the visualizer a little bit too early with the E-Ray, one of the big things that came up in that particular conversation was the fact that all of the body panels of the car were painted the same color as the car. There were no carbon flash or carbon fiber accents on the car. So specifically, the side intakes were body colored. The front trim pieces on the front bumper were also body colored. And sure enough, in this teaser trailer, they are all still body colored. So it looks to me like that is likely to be the way the car comes, and it might not give you an option to get a carbon flash painted piece because GM is going to want to keep this car separate from the other cars. So the base C8 Stingray, the C8 Corvette Z06, you can get those particular pieces painted in carbon flash, but they may not give you the option to do that on the E-Ray, and based on what I'm seeing here, it looks like that is going to be the case. Now, there could be an option that they add later because there has been a lot of talk about this online, and if GM is following any of this at all, they're going to realize that that's not necessarily exactly what people want, so this may come later, but as of right now, it doesn't look like it's going to be an option. In the teaser trailer, we get a really clear look at the new styling of the wheel that we have talked about from the visualizer. It is definitely the same wheel that was on the visualizer, and it's in that kind of chrome colored or polished aluminum. It is really giving the people what they want. There are a lot of people out there that demand chrome or kind of shiny wheels on their C8 or Corvette in general. And now it looks like they are going to in fact get their way, and that is absolutely awesome. I'm not a chrome guy, but at the same time, just because I don't like it doesn't mean nobody does, and I really do want everybody to have what they want on this kind of car. We also get another view of the carbon ceramics on this car. So yes, in fact, the E-Ray is going to have an option for carbon ceramic rotors as well. Obviously, that is something that is new to the C8 Corvette, starting with the Z06, but it is going to be an option here for the E-Ray, and they look great. They look awesome behind those wheels, just like they do on the Z06, and they look to be the same size as the Z06 as well. Now, just like the original trailer for the E-Ray, before they had given us any actual view of the car, almost the entire thing takes place in the snow. GM is really leaning on the fact that this car is going to be all-wheel drive, and they want everybody to know it. They want everybody to know that this car can be driven in any weather because of that all-wheel drive system. But Further than that, as the video goes on, we do get a really clear glimpse of the infotainment screen and the ability to change between stealth and normal. This is obviously GM's way of clearly showing us that this thing is definitely going to be a hybrid vehicle, and it's going to give you the option to possibly start the car up in a stealth mode, which will allow you to move it out of your garage and possibly down the street before the engine would kick in, thus giving you that louder V8 rumble. This is one of those options that you're especially going to like if you're leaving really early in the morning and you don't want to wake your loved one, or if your neighbors like to complain about loud cars. Whatever the case may be, it seems like that is likely the route that they're going here, is just the ability to quickly get out of a situation in quiet mode before the full exhaust and the full engine would kick in. I don't believe that this stealth option is going to allow you to move the car for any long distances of time. It is likely something that's going to be only under 20 or 30 miles an hour before the full engine power would kick in, because if this is in fact a hybrid vehicle similar to other hybrid vehicles, it is probably not going to have a range of many miles on that battery power without the gas-powered engine assistance. So this is very likely just a quick spurt of stealth-powered quietness, I guess would be the best way to put it. But of course, if this does end up being a car you can plug in, which is, in my opinion, very unlikely, it could potentially carry you a little further than the 8 to 20 mile range that a hybrid typically will take you on full battery alone. Now, like I said before, at the end of the video, it is again leaning pretty heavily on the fact that you can take this car onto the snow, you can take this car onto a normal street without any snow, you can drive this thing pretty much anywhere because of that all-wheel drive system. This is the first Corvette to come out from the factory with an all-wheel drive setup. So GM is obviously very proud of what they've done here. And honestly, the car that comes out, if it does what it looks like it's going to do, I can see why they would be proud of this. This thing is going to definitely be pretty freaking cool. It's already been rumored to be quicker than the Z06, meaning it's going to get from 0 to 60 even faster than the Z06 does. If I had to guess, I think we're somewhere around 2.2 to maybe even 2.1 seconds to 60, which is absolutely nuts. But because of the extra weight of the battery and the hybrid motors up front, odds are very good it's going to have a lower top speed and likely slightly worse track performance. Now, with that said, there is a more track-focused package that comes with this car that is called the ZER package or ZER package. And that is going to give you, of course, more performance-oriented tires, possibly the carbon ceramics included in that particular package and things like that. So it's very similar to the Z51 or the Z07 package of the other model C8 Corvettes. So basically what I'm saying is this car is going to be the hybrid setup with the all-wheel drive. It's going to propel you forward to 60 like a rocket, but it's not necessarily going to be GM's best track performing C8 Corvette in their lineup. One additional detail that you can actually see if you pause the video really quickly is a radiator that is mounted top to bottom instead of sideways the way a typical radiator is mounted in the front of the car. The front of the car is obviously very Z06-ish. It has the exact same shape to the car as the Z06, but there's a radiator mounted on the driver's side that is top to bottom, and it could potentially be there for additional cooling for the battery. It's kind of unknown exactly what that particular radiator is there for, but it is definitely different. It is not something that you will find on the Z06 anywhere. So this is specific to the E-Ray at this point. Now, over at the midenginecorvetteforum.com, I actually scrolled through some of the topics there, and you could actually find one of the users that slowed the video down enough that actually got a pretty clear view of the E-Ray logo, which I think is pretty neat, because where that E-Ray logo sits is exactly the same spot that the Z06 logo sits on the Z06. Now, in this case, the E-Ray logo is significantly different looking than the Z06 logo. It has the little blue E that kind of has legs that stick out over top of the rest of the lettering, and it is definitely cool looking. In this particular video, it does look like we're getting a pretty nice glimpse of the Riptide Blue, which is a new color for 2024. And it's going to be specifically a new color for the E-Ray. It's one of the ones that they're pushing hard on the E-Ray with. The Riptide Blue, of course, and of course that cacti color that we saw in the visualizer are going to be some of the more popular colors for the E-Ray. But this color does look to be the Riptide Blue. It looks a little lighter than Elkhart Lake, in my opinion, in this video, so it's very likely the new blue as well. So in a 25-second teaser trailer, we are able to pull a good bit of information about this car out of it. And I'm curious what your thoughts are, guys. Let me know how you feel about the E-Ray and whether or not you would consider getting one. Does this teaser trailer change your mind at all? Let me know in the comment section down below. The next thing we're going to talk about really quickly, guys, is the Corvette Z06 GT3R. It is actually set for a Daytona reveal. So we're going to actually see this car without any kind of wrap or anything on it on January 27th at Daytona. Now, this whole informational video here, the whole Corvette Weekly idea, we're talking about two cars that we're going to be seeing here in January in less than a week for the E-Ray and less than 3 weeks for the Z06 GT3R. Now, the Z06 GT3R is a little less important in my opinion because this isn't something that regular Joe Schmo can go out to the dealership and buy like the E-Ray is, but at the same time, it is significant to the Corvette racing team, the Corvette brand. So this is something to be aware of, especially since this is going to be a more approachable C8R is basically what it is. And it's still going to be pretty cool to watch what they're doing with that because I have a feeling that a lot of the styling cues from the GT3R are going to make their way onto the Zora model. And that's not a bad thing because this thing looks like an absolute beast. This information comes to us from a website called sportscar365.com. They say that the new Chevrolet Corvette Z06 GT3R will officially be revealed later this month at Daytona International Speedway. Corvette Racing recently posted a teaser video for the new 2024 GT3 contender on social media of the car testing at Sebring International Raceway, confirming it will indeed be presented on January 27th, the Friday before the 61st running of the Rolex 24 at Daytona. So again, guys, tune in on the 27th if you would like to see the GT3R revealed without any kind of camo. It is definitely something to watch even if you're not interested in the car itself because of what it means for the rest of the C8 Corvette lineup. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. So if you like this particular episode of Corvette Weekly, please smash that thumbs up button. Let me know you're liking the content so I can keep creating this kind of stuff for you guys. If you have any questions about the content, leave them in the comment section down below and we will definitely talk about it. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'm going to have loads of content like this coming you are not going to want to miss. And as always, guys, I will catch you in the next upload.